remembering John F. Kennedy 50 years after his assassination.
A video of an athlete on crack has emerged and Pitbull's about to heat things up at the American Music Awards. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Friday, November 22nd. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Tatiana Patterson. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Bianca Bajkowski. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Tatiana has our top story.
It's been 50 years since the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and people all around the world are remembering America's 35th president today. That includes thousands at Dealey Plaza in Dallas, the place where Kennedy's car was driving when he was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. At 12:30, the time of the shooting, people paused to commemorate the moment. The ceremonies also included readings from Kennedy's speeches and the tolling of bells. This is the first time Dallas has officially commemorated the anniversary of the assassination, a day that many say changed history and the world.
President Kennedy's assassination had a profound effect on people around the globe, including many staff here at Humber College. They spoke to Humber News about what they remembered from that day.
I was at Fairhaven Public School in grade 5. I remember a teacher coming out and telling us we were on the playground and telling us, and it was just we were all in shock, couldn't believe something like that could happen. I think his politics were very solid, and he had the American people always at his forefront. Being aware that something like that can happen, and it never happened here in Canada, and just not knowing that it can even exist or even happen anywhere, it was just too shocking to even fathom.
Well, for that, the whole reason is that, when you think of someone of that stature, you don't think that they would be that vulnerable. That's not an everyday occurrence. I was actually neither in Canada nor the U.S. at the time. I was in Jamaica. And I think that he was on the threshold of changing America in so many ways. He had a lot to do with the changing of voting rights, a lot of issues with the racial issues, and making a difference there. So his name goes down in history, and every time that I hear about JFK, I think about that one day in the playfield when I heard that he had died. So
I was in a primary school. I think it's grade 2 or 3. I don't know. But all of a sudden, the mathematics teacher stopped teaching, brought back a piece of newspaper in Chinese, say, "Hey, students, class, listen. The President of the United States is dead." I still remember that time. It was a big event in my mind. Something very important happened. I don't need to remember forever, but I can never forget it.
That item was produced by Erica Vella. In Toronto today, a 79-year-old woman is set to go on trial for her refusal to fill out the mandatory census in 2011. Janet Chernin has been charged with violating the Statistics Act. Chernin says she is prepared to go to jail if convicted, but that decision wouldn't be fair.
They put me in jail for not signing a form, and they don't put Mr. Ford, our mayor, in jail for smoking cocaine. Well, we've got a funny justice system.
Her reason for refusing to fill out the census was the government's use of software from U.S. arms manufacturer Lockheed Martin. Chernin's lawyer, Peter Rosenthal, says the company's involvement in the census associates her with the arms manufacturer, and as a supporter of peace, she finds that repulsive. Last month, 89-year-old activist Audrey Tobias similarly landed in court after she too refused to send in her short-form census. She was acquitted.
Despite continuing controversy surrounding Toronto Mayor Rob Ford, a new poll suggests that his popularity is still strong. The poll published in the Toronto Sun shows 42% of Toronto approves of the job he's doing and 33% plan on voting for him in the next election. While the mayor has said he is not an addict or an alcoholic, 69% of those polled believed he has a substance abuse problem. 18% of Torontonians would support him if he ran for Prime Minister. The approval rating is relatively unchanged from earlier this month at 44%.
Toronto Mayor Rob Ford laughed and told jokes at Casa Loma last night in his first public speech since evidence of his drug and alcohol abuse began making headlines. Ford promised to continue to keep taxes down and drew laughs from the audience when he took credit for the city's economy. Ford joked about council stripping him of his powers.
We reduced council and the mayor's budget by $6.4 million over 4 years, and even more in the last 3 days.
After the speech, Ford told reporters he felt fantastic.
And back here at Humber with exams around the corner, the college is helping students prepare for academic success. Sarah Ray has the story.
As the winter semester comes to an end, Humber College students are busy finishing last-minute assignments and preparing for final exams. At the North Campus, many programs and services are being offered, such as drop-in workshops to relieve the stress that this time of year can bring. The workshops teach time and stress management, study skills, as well as presentation preparation. Student Life Coordinator Rebecca Mahadio says students who take these free courses have a better chance of succeeding during the exam period.
It does help with their grades, it helps with retention here at the college. If students don't have these support services in place, they could oftentimes fall off or in between the cracks.
Along with these courses, Director of Humber's Library, Lynn Bentley, says they are extending their hours and enforcing the Quiet campaign.
So students can either email us or text us, and we have library staff monitoring. And the student will say, I'm bothered by noise on the 5th floor, please come and deal with it. And that way they remain anonymous, and then we just go up, deal with the issue.
Jason David, a first-year PSW student, says he's noticed and appreciates the effort Humber is taking to help students' success.
Yeah, it's real helpful, especially the 5th and 4th floor, where it's quiet and I could kind of focus in on my notes and all that.
This time of year can be extremely stressful for those studying for their final exams. Students should know that they have many options to help them prepare and succeed before their winter holidays begin. Sarah Ray, Humber News.
When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Natalie Stoberman will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Raul Pinto.
The next 5 days are anything but warm. I'll have your 5-day weather forecast after the break.